In programming, we often want to perform one set of action many times within the same program. When we're writing long, complex programs, this can slow us down a lot and make our code look unorganized. This is why we use functions. Functions allow us to store a collection of lines of code and use it over and over again without having to type it out every time. Let's illustrate this concept with a simple example, and afterwards we'll use it in a more practical, advanced way. We'll create a very simple calculator program. Say we wanted to add two numbers together. The simple way to do this would be to do the math in Python and get the answer. But this process can be simplified with a function. Let's create a function to add two numbers together. To define a function, we start with def, and then the name of the function. We'll call this addTogether. Next are the input variables. These are the values that we will be giving to the function. We're going to give the function the two numbers, but not all functions have to have input variables. Now, inside the function, we'll perform the action of adding the numbers together and store it in the answer variable. Lastly, in order to receive a value from the function, we use return. Here, the function will return the answer of the addition sum. Now, to use this function, we simply call its name and the inputs we want to give it. Let's use it to add 10 and 12 together. The same type of function could be used to do this type of multiplication, division, or any other mathematical calculations. As we can see, it returns the answer. So, to sum up, a function is a collection of lines of code. We give a function inputs and it uses them to perform actions and return a value. This previous example illustrated how functions work, but they are mostly used to perform more complex actions. Let's try to use a function in a more complex program. For this challenge, we'll be making a program that receives a list of numbers and gives us all the prime numbers in the list. Let's start by making our list of numbers that range from 1 to 100. We'll also make the list for our results to be stored in. If you feel up to it, you can pause the video here and try this challenge on your own, but if you're still starting out with Python, I would advise following along with me. To make sure we're all on the same page, a prime number is a number that can only be divided by himself and 1. To get the prime numbers, we're going to loop through the list and use a function to determine if a number is a prime. The first step is to define the function. We'll call it isPrime, and the input variable will be the number we want to test, testNum. Now the method I'm using to determine whether it's a prime is definitely not the most efficient, but it's relatively simple to understand. This method consists of checking for any factors that are not 1 or itself. Let's make a for loop and use the range function to get all the numbers larger than 1 and smaller than our test number. We'll check if the number is a factor by seeing if the remainder equals 0. The percent sign is used to get the remainder of a division sum. If the number is a factor, this means that our test number is not a prime, so we'll return false. If this doesn't happen, it's because the test number is a prime. We'll return true in that case. Now we'll create a loop to test this function on each number in our list. If the number is prime, we'll append it to our primes list. As you can see, we now have a list of all the primes smaller than 100. Now you might notice that 2 is supposed to be here, but isn't. This is because our function does not work for the number 2 and is imperfect. We could use a slightly more complex method to have it work for 2 as well, but to keep it simple, we'll leave it there for now. This is the end of the functions lesson. I hope this example has done a good job of demonstrating how and why to use functions. Remember to subscribe to catch all my new lessons.